I'm planning on putting out a compilation called The Rise of the Rose. And Loyalty is the first single that I'm releasing off of it. And again, it's just creating a platform as a DJ to how can I maximize my platforms to give as much support to local artists and people that I rock with, you know. So the compilation will be everything from hip hop to jazz to R&B. Again, just bringing people together on the projects just for a few reasons. One, to kind of send a message to artists that it's always better when we work with each other.
Yeah.
We do more together than we do apart. Yeah, and to show them that it's not that big of a deal. Like a lot of times people say it's hard for artists to work with each other. It's only hard for artists to work together if it's just about you. If it's not about the collective of saying, how can we make our city better? How can we draw attention to our city? Everybody wants to say, I'm going to put Portland on the map. I'm going to put I. Not realizing Portland is already on a map.
Yeah.
Oregon is already on a map.
Yeah.
So how can we draw people to seeing the rich culture that we have here musically, collectively?
Yeah.
You think of any city that is blown up musically, it has been a collective. It has not been one
Especially
person.
in the hip hop, because I think first place I think of is like the Bay Area, where I mean you can go down there now, and a lot of artists who don't even have a name have a network. They have a support group,
Yeah.
a fan base.
Yeah.
And you know it may be a few years before they get anywhere outside of California, but they're known.
Right.
And they got that collective.
Yeah.
Group
South.
Kind of puts it on the map. Yeah,
South. I mean, it is all work, and then the moment, you know, again, you see when those regions start deteriorating or not getting as much shine is when people get in positions and it becomes about the I again. Like I, and then another collective comes into play. And so I'm looking forward to Portland getting to the point where as a collective we understand that. And I see that a lot of the younger artists that are making the efforts to do that, and it's really exciting to see that. Look at Amine.
Yeah.
Amine is out there. That dude works. Like, he works.
Yeah, for real.
But why isn't there as much noise here in the city for that dude?
It seems like there's a couple other artists like that too.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, why isn't it the noise? Why is it, like, why aren't we going crazy about Amine? Like, he's Portland. Like, he ain't out there, like, I don't know Portland or dissing Portland. He ain't, man, that dude is Portland in and out.
Yeah.
But he's a young dude.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, why aren't we doing that? Because, again, as a collective community musically, we don't see that as an asset.
Yeah.
We see that as a threat. If I give him the love and the push and the respect that he's due,
Put him up.
then somehow that takes away from me. And I see the opposite. I'm like, man, go out there and kill it, because what happens is it's like, oh, this dude, you from Portland?
Yeah.
Anybody else talented like that in Portland? Let me shine the light.
Yeah,
Let me shine the doors is open. As long as you prepared, the doors is open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we got to get out of our way. We got to get out of our way. Because the talent is there. We got more talent. We've got just as much talent than any city. And I know that because I've been to other cities.
Yeah.
I done been on the stages with most of the icons and all that kind of stuff. And the consistent thing is people getting out of their way. Young people, the young artists not being afraid to absorb knowledge and ask for help. And the older generation of people not being afraid to give the younger generation the love and support that they need.
Yeah, sharing the game.
Sharing it, man. Well, because what you got to lose?
Yeah.
You can't take it with you.
Yeah.
Shows.
Right.
Promoters couldn't get insurance for venues.
Yep.
Police was tripping.
Or
It was-
insurance so much higher.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. And what we started unraveling, he and I, when we would go and meet with fire marshals, police officers, and city officials, we started uncovering both sides of the issue. We were finding out that it was just a lack of communication and accountability on both sides. So if I give an example, there would be a venue that the capacity was at a certain limit. Okay, so the promoter would come to the venue and say, we want to do a hip-hop show. Venue says yes, but here's the problem. The venue wouldn't say, our capacity is this. So the promoter is going to try to get as many people into the venue as possible.
Obviously,
the venue is going to say, okay, yeah, you bringing people in, they buying drinks. Oh, yeah, I'm making this money. So fire marshal comes.
Oh.
What's the fire marshal's job? To make sure that it's a safe place for people to be at.
Yeah.
So if I come to a venue that's a 48 capacity, meaning 48 people can be in there, and you got 150 people in there.
Which I've seen.
What is my job as the fire marshal? As a fire marshal, I'm going to tell the person at the door, hey, you got to filter people out. Now, to the people that's putting on the promoter, what does it look like? It looks like the fire marshal is hating on the event. You don't want hip-hop here. So they start passing that word around, not knowing that the venue person should have told you, nah, you can't have more than these many people in here. That would have gave the promoter the option to say, well, I can't have it at that venue because you don't even have the capacity to hold my event. But the venue person is going to say, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they tripping.
But still, just,
Still cashing in. So what happens? Fire marshal comes and says, you got to filter out. There's some tension. What is the fire marshal going to do? He's going to get on the phone. I need some backup. Police going to show up. Lights. Nothing happened, but just as a backup safety. Police going to show up. What is the perception? Oh, see, y'all trying to shut us down. Y'all don't want to hip-hop here.
And then for the people outside looking in, it's all, look, police showing up, another hip-hop show. Told you this was going to happen.
Exactly. And don't look up and you have an asshole police officer that just seals the deal. It's just like he's acting like a nut. Don't let that happen. Then that just seals the perception. When all of it centers around communication. And from a city's perspective, the city is saying, man, we want hip hop here. We just want your events to be safe. So make sure that they're safe and meeting the code, then we're cool. But here's the problem. You got people that are doing hip hop shows and they're following all the procedures. They're doing everything they're supposed to. Then you'll have a rogue police officer come and tell the venue owner, if you're playing hip hop here, we're gonna put pressure on you. We're gonna put pressure on you to shut you down. So as the venue owner and the promoter, what is the perception? The police don't want us. No, that officer was being an ass. But how do you hold that officer accountable? If you don't know who to call, you just feel like ain't nothing I can do. Oh, there's a whole bunch of communication and lack of accountability, and nobody knows because everybody's operating on the island, and nobody's communicating with each other. So we started gathering meetings saying, no, y'all need to come voice your opinion, but also be open to hear the other side and see where can we meet to start bridging this communication gap so we can start, so the promoters and the artists feel like you're getting the support that you need and accountability, as well as the officer, OLCC, fire marshals, and the city feel like they're getting what they need to make sure that, okay, we're having safe events, so we can support the hip-hop community. That's why Hip-Hop Day was established for that. Because think, if the city didn't want hip-hop in Portland, why would they proclamate a Hip-Hop Day? Because there's no political agenda to it.
Obviously. How do you balance just staying so busy, especially during the season, the hoop season, with the family life and with the work life? I'm always curious.
Yeah, it's a challenge, man. And it's exactly that. It's a balance. I've learned that I have to plan. I have to make sure that I get this time in. And again, for me, this last 2 years, fighting with, my battle with cancer and all that kind of stuff, really laser focused that for me even more. It's like, they say time is our, most important commodity, and that is true. You can't get that back. So having to make sure, like, today, waking up today, and I had several calls. Hey, can you come to this listening party? Can you come do this? Can you come do that? And being able to say, nah.
Yeah.
Like, it's great, but it's more important for me to go, have some lunch and with my wife, and we check in, go catch a movie, even though she was asleep. But it didn't matter, being able to hold her hand in the movies, man, and we just, spend time. It doesn't have to be that deep, but just that time, because you're not always promised that. I'm not going to let my life be chasing the paper so much that I lose the time, and I think that is a cultural thing in America.
Yeah.
That, we taught to, like, man, get the grind it out, and then you'll be able to set this up for your family. But if you're on your dying bed, man, and you ask your family, what do they want? They want that money that's stacked up, or they want time with you? They're going to say time with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you did it right. Another part is just taking care of you.
Yeah.
It's taking that. I've had to learn that, most recently, because if people, dap you up and say, man, you work hard.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ain't taking care of yourself, then you're not even giving what you're doing or your people the best you.
Right.
And so, it's a learning process. It's been a learning process over the years that, okay, I got to make sure that I'm good. So anything I touch, whether it's business, whether it's connecting with people, whether it's my family, career, all of that benefits from me making sure I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, be killing it over there. That's another cold cat, man. Versatile. That dude. Whew. Yeah, my man Cliff, man. Talking about a huge supporter of the scene, man.
Yeah.
That dude right there, for many years, just under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
Just been really a huge advocate for local artists, man. Always get the credit back, but definitely a genuine dude, man. Gotta show some love to my brother from another mother, DJ Cliff. Well, welcome to the neighborhood. Y'all know he holds it down diligently every Saturday on the airwaves, supporting both national and local. You know how he does it. Man, what, about 10 years my man been going hard in the paint.
Where would you say that drive, how did that get instilled in you? Where would you say that comes from? To be positive and have that work ethic like that.
It's a challenge, man. But I have to say, man, I give all credit to God, man. Mm-hmm. Like, God has sent me through a lot of things that has given me the experience to be able to be where I'm at. Mm-hmm. And I also think, what's the alternative? No matter what I'm going through, it's so much more peaceful and gratifying to love up on people. Mm-hmm. I'm a real human being, man. I have days, man, where I don't want to be positive.
Yeah.
No, real. I mean, I want to be, because anger sometimes it feels good to be pissed off at people, because especially if people did you wrong and says negative stuff about you, you want to flash back. I have all those days just like anybody else. I want people to think, oh, Jesus Superman, and he's always No, I have times where, I want to flash on people and be like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want this positive dude. You don't want this other dude. Yeah. But I think it's very important to have people in your circle, man, that like, nah, that ain't you. Mm-hmm. Okay, I understand. Okay, I'm going to let you vent.
Yeah,
I'm going to let you vent and let it all out. Now that you got it out, man, okay, now I need you to go on and wrap this up and get back on your focus. Right. So it's been that, man, and I feel like God has put people in my life, man, with my wife, my kids, or a close circle of friends, My guy, DJ Cliff over in the other studio, happens to be one of those guys for me, man, that just can keep you, reminding you of your purpose, man.
I know, like, health-wise, how you've been doing better.
Yeah.
You're saying, like, the physical therapy you're still going through and all that. And so, like, how have you been getting through those challenges? How has the process been? Have you been getting better?
Oh, man, this process has taught me a lot of patience, man, because I've been, you know, based on my career, I've been a person that's just like, nah, man, I'm always thinking 10 steps ahead. What's the next thing? Even when I got diagnosed with cancer, man, I'm not thinking about, oh, man, I got cancer. I'm thinking, okay, so what's next? What we got to do next? And they're looking at me like, okay, what's next? Okay, I got this, but okay, now what do we need to do? Because it ain't a matter of I have an option not to get through it. I'm going to get through it, so you just need to tell me the steps. Now, that sounds admirable. Yeah. But sometimes, man, you have to sit and you have to let things process. You got to allow yourself to feel things. And I've learned that I've had to, like, take deep breaths and be patient with the process, because I want to be all the way back. I want my full eyesight. I want my hand not to be burning every day. I want to get back running and hooping and all that stuff. And I've had to learn, like, no, you know, God got you in this place for a reason. So slow the hell down. Oh, like, I got you. Stop rushing. And the moment I pay attention to that, man, life has been peaceful, man. The moment I get frantic and start thinking, that's when things get hectic and stressful.
In a very quiet, peaceful place.
Start playing the third track. Third track. The third track.
Time to say goodnight. I was laughing.
That's it for me. It's another episode of Welcome to the Neighborhood. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, for real. Once again, big up to Matt for tuning in, winning a pair of tickets to see Slum Village next week, doing a show with Cool Nuts right here in the PDX. Shout out to my guy Joey for checking in. Everybody checked in on the text line, social media, all of that. Shout out to Wifey for tuning in as well. All right, y'all, that's it. I'm about to get up out of here. Hopefully I'll see y'all on Thursday at the White Eagle. 3 years strong, man. Mic check PDX. Featuring my resident DJs, Trox Diesel, DJ O.G. Versatile, Call Me Ace, Geppetto, and Sammy. But I'm about to get up out of here, man, and learn how to do it from one of the best. My guy DJ O.G. is about to go in. Let y'all know what's happening out there in these streets. So keep it locked right here. X-Ray FM. God bless you all. I love you. Until we have an opportunity to do this again, I go by the name of DJ Cliff. And I'm in the wind.